Welcome to MMA Uncensored Podcast. We are live with Max Pain Griffin.
Let's go.
What's up, man?
What up? What up? What up? What up? What up? What up?
Tell us where you're at. What you're doing right now.
Man, what am I doing? I'm in SAC. I just went to DexaFit. I did an RMR. It's your resting metabolic rate, and it adjusts all year. Sometimes it's lower. I mean, the average person burns around 2,000 calories. That's why you see it on like a pack of bread or whatever the serving in a day. You're serving calories per day, but that varies. You know, the more you eat, kind of the higher it goes. So you kind of got to adjust. You have to know how many calories you're burning so you could make weight perfectly. So
exactly. And as we know, you've been making weight perfectly. Let's bring up a nice picture of you. This is one of my favorite pictures of you. Let's see here where we're at. There we go. Look at that.
Oh,
That's the face of MMA right there. Max Pain Griffin. We could make a bunch of memes with that, couldn't we?
For sure. Best comment. I mean, there could be a lot of quotes we could put on that.
So welcome to the show. I've known you for a while. We finally just linked up. We're going to work together, and this year we'll talk more about that maybe towards the end of the show. Yeah. But what I want to do is just talk to the people about who you are and what you do. And I'm just going to go from a few notes I have. You were born in 1985 in Santa Barbara, California.
Yes, sir.
You're 35 years old.
Yeah.
Welterweight. Record 17-8. Your last two wins. One was an ear explosion TKO, and the last one was a highlight reel KO over Song Kanan. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Let's bring these up real quick. I got some pictures. I queued them up for you. All right, let's see. This is your win over Ramiz Brahmash. Okay.
Yeah, I like to say it severed.
You know? Severed. Okay. Yeah. I tried to find the best picture, but this is the best I could get. Yeah, he had a little towel on there. Look at that pain. Look at the abs.
He was holding that together.
Mm-hmm. And then here's your last win. Everybody saw this one.
Oh yeah.
This one right here made you some money, didn't it, Max?
Yes, sir. Keep getting more money.
Did you get a bonus for that one, Max?
I did.
How much did Dana pay you?
Just another 50.
Just another 50?
Yeah. But hey, it's different when you don't really got to worry about money, really. You know.
That's right. You got your own CBD company. You got a bunch of brands you represent. You're like a marketing machine. You remind me of James Krause, the way James does that. He's got his hands all over the place.
I feel like you have to. You know, it's not like how it seems or how it used to be. You know, back in the day, you used to have sponsors. You had to have the stuff on the shorts. And, you know, people got a lot of revenue that way. But once, you know, they signed the Reebok deal, now Venom, it kind of shuffled that up. But we've been able to work ways around it and been able to, you know, add value to different companies and just trying to be creative on how they can sponsor us. Because it used to be I need to be on the shorts. You know, I need to be on the shorts. You can't be on the shorts. Yep. So we're trying to find ways around. Different meet and greets, different promos, different, you know, through social media, you know, we'll go do signings at the location. There's different ways to make it even, it even, right?
Yeah, to make it even. Exactly.
For me, it has to be even company per company. It has to be a mutual thing, you know?
And we hear a lot of fighters going over to Bellator, like the Anthony Johnsons and the Corey Andersons. Corey said he made more money in his last two fights for Bellator than he did in his 9 or 10 fights for the UFC. Can you comment on that?
It's what they say. Okay. You know, I personally have no interest in going to Bellator. It's not all about money for me.
What's it about? What's it about, Max?
Being the best, being one of the best in the world, and, you know, provide for my family and live this life. It's a good life, man. It
is a good life. I see you always on a plane. You're always on a plane. You're going from somewhere to Cali. You're always on a plane.
You know, it's a busy life, but I mean, it's getting really crazy now.
How has it changed since your last win?
Man, I mean, these last two have really. I've always been a heater, but these last two have really just kind of skyrocketed everything. Kind of letting the people know what I knew. You know, and it's good to still be here and able to do that. I was talking to one of the UFC writers, And a lot of guys, they either never figure it out or they figure it out too late. So they get in and get spit out of the UFC. But I figured it out while I'm still here. And I decided a new deal, new 5-fight deal.
Let's talk about that.
You know,
you don't have to give details, but
tell the fans. Details.
Tell the fans.
But this is my 4th contract. We were going in the renegotiations, and they were waiting on an opponent and card to get that cracking. So
a main event, maybe, Max?
Maybe not. Maybe July.
Whoa, we're talking July. I hear this July card. Wait, hold on. UFC 264, McGregor versus Poirier 3. I hear is in July. International Fight Week, Vegas, T-Mobile Arena. Maybe
someone may have fought.
Allegedly,
someone may have fought on the corner card in his debut, and someone may have allegedly fought on the last UFC 248 card in Vegas with fans. So it would be kind of interesting if it was the 3rd time's a charm on this UFC 264. We'll see. We're just kind of it could be any day, but we're just kind of waiting on some people to sign a contract. I hope you accept the fight and we get this shit cracking.
You're damn right, because you're ready. That last fight, I mean, did you have it take any damage in that last fight versus is it Kenan?
I don't know. I've seen it both. Song Kenan Song. They switched it around.
They hyped him up pretty much for that fight. I was watching. I'm like, they're hyping him up, and my boy Max just put him out.
He's supposed to be real good. I guess he's in Shanghai. He's like the poster boy of the Shanghai PI out in Vegas, and they had all the hype around him. 4-1 in the UFC, mostly all finishes. Yeah, he was 4 knockouts. He's good, but hey, I figured it out now, bro, and I'm gonna start doing everybody like that.
Good.
Really.
That's what I like to see. I never told you this story, but back in 2018, I went to Orlando. I live in Tampa, so it's an hour drive, and I saw you versus Mike Perry, UFC Fight Night. Now, you were talking earlier about you figured it out. You're still in the UFC, and that's something that you feel accomplished about. Some fighters, like Mike Perry, he's I think he's lost 3 or 4 in a row. This is the last fight on his contract. I know you and him have a history. Can you go back there and talk about the history and the fight and how you and him used to be friends and whatnot?
Yeah, no. I like Mike. We actually had our debut together.
Me too.
We used to have on UFC 202. We made our debut. I fight Colby Covington. He fought some Japanese guy, I want to say, some Korean guy. But yeah, it's like, oh, it's your debut. Oh, cool. So we were kind of hanging out then. And then we actually got flown out to the UFC Athletes Retreat when WME IMG acquired them. They flew all the fighters out, 500 of us, to Vegas for 3 days. Did all these different shows, these different speeches by different athletes. Kobe actually got to come talk to us, which is really dope. Snoop Dogg came and performed for us live, like 5 feet away from us.
Did you get a contact
really
high?
Great. What's that?
Did you get a contact high?
Funny, they passed. I'll tell you this shit. They passed a blunt out. They're smoking and all this. They put a blunt out, right? He's like, "Yo, want to hit this?" Put it out to the crowd. Everyone stopped and was looking around. Just cameras on us. There's all this stuff and then everyone's like, "Ah!" And everyone ran. Everyone ran to the blunt. I hit it. I'm not gonna lie.
How's Snoop's weed?
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
I mean, I was pretty wasted. We had they had an open bar for us, like 7 of them.
Wow.
Yeah. We went.
So everybody was.
Well, we went to go when they, it's when they opened the PI too. So they wanted to show us the new headquarters and wine and dine us. But I forgot who I was with, but we went to the bar. Hey, you want to get a drink? Let's go. We order the drinks. There's no register. There's no way to pay. We're like,
no tip, no nothing.
Too. They had everything. Like, no, there's no tips or nothing. Like, fine. Getting 500 drunk UFC fighters was a fun night. And so that's when I was with Mike Perry. We're playing cornhole. We're hitting that bag. They have that bag of the pea that goes bing and tells you your strength and all that. So we're hitting that. And then we see Sean Shelby. And we're all drunk. We're like, Sean Shelby. We're like shoulder and shoulder, you know, me. We're like, we need to set us up for a fight. We're going to fight. And he's like, yeah. I'm like, hell yeah. And then, yeah, the rest is history, man. We fought in Orlando. I beat him up.
You won via unanimous decision, and you did beat him up.
Beat him up pretty bad in Orlando. I think they kind of sent me out to the pasture on that fight. That was the last fight of my contract, and it was in Orlando versus a surging Mike Perry.
And he lived in Orlando. He was a hometown.
Yeah, no, they didn't like me out there.
They didn't like you after the fight either.
Yeah, they didn't like me after the fight. You know,
since then, how's your relationship now?
Oh, it's kind of
rocky. You guys talk then?
Yeah, we did talk, and then you know, he gets mad, and then well, you know what happened? We were cool, but then I talked about his fingernails, and he gets really upset when I talk about his fingernails. He has the longest. Like. They're disgusting. They're like in like 3/4 inch long on each nail. Like,
what for?
I don't know, man.
Hey, what for? There's gonna be a use
about it. He's really.
Yeah, I never noticed.
Never noticed. Any interview.
Yeah. He
cut me. You don't want to know why? You want to know why? It's because he cut my nose. I know you probably can't see because it's weird.
Just I can see.
It's like right here.
I see it.
Scar. Yeah. From him, his eye came out unscathed in that fight. I just had a flap of skin from his fingernails. So since then, I talk shit about his fingernails.
No, they should have cut them anyway. They shouldn't have that in a fight anyway.
Yeah, they're like pit nails or something. I don't know, man.
So I'm gonna go over a couple. You have a black belt in kickboxing, Bok Fu. Is that correct?
Yeah.
That's your black
belt. Bok Fu, when that was when I was young. It's a mixture of kung fu, karate, taekwondo, jiu-jitsu, judo. It's kind of like a mixed martial arts because like taekwondo, like they can't punch, but they can kick. You know,
that's right.
Judo, they're not punching, but they can throw. So it's kind of like a hybrid martial arts. I have a black belt in that, and then I mean even more recently, my coach Dave Marinoble. I don't even know how many time world kickboxing champion. Amongst other things. I have a black belt, 2nd degree in the Marinoble's fighting system, and then in the 2nd degree black belt kickboxing, and recognized by the IKF, which is the International Kickboxing Federation.
Very good.
So it's legit. I mean, people say belts aren't shit, but for me, it's just what I've learned, how long I've been there, what I know. It's more that, you know, what you can teach, what you can share. I'm proud of it. You know,
you should be proud of it. You should be proud of another thing too. You're a new dad. Tell us about your new. Is it your new son or daughter?
He's a boy.
It's your son, Tyrus. Right? Yeah.
It's good, man.
Let me get my boy in here. Hey, honey. Yeah, get my baby in here too. I had my son on February 13th, and you had your son right around that time.
Yep, the 27th. He was due the 19th, but he was late.
Yes, my son. I'm gonna bring him right now. My wife's gonna bring him. He is. Watch it. He is. There we go, baby boy. There we go. Let's see, Papa. Say hi to Max. That's my little boy. He is 3 months old in a couple weeks. Say hi. Say hi.
Yeah, mine turned 3 months today.
Yeah. How much is your baby boy weigh?
I don't know. Your baby looks like he weighs more than mine, though.
13 pounds, 8 ounces yesterday at the doctor's.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's Caden. I know your son, right? What's his name?
His name's Tyrus.
Tyrus.
So I have him, Tyrus Jacks.
Tyrus, and he weighed 9 pounds, 13 ounces when he was born. I remember seeing it.
Yeah.
Big boy. And then you have a 10-year-old son. Let's talk about him a little bit. It's a great story.
Man. Yeah, he's big as hell, man. Julian, man, I love that boy. Yeah, he started rough, man.
Tell us about it.
Well, he was born regular, you know. Everything was fine. on the 2-week appointment, we take him to the hospital, and they're trying to feel like a pulse in his legs, and like his feet are cold, and they're trying to find a pulse, and they all freaking panic. Oh my god! And like, we got to rush him to the emergency right now. We got to send him to San Francisco, and he had some like circulation thing. The blood wasn't circulating. That's why he was cold. 10 minutes later, there's a freaking helicopter there, and they take him in a helicopter. And we drive. It's about 2 hours from Sacramento. We drive. We're at the hospital for probably 2.5 weeks. Sleeping in the hospital. It was just a scary, scary thing, man. But he had a heart defect. He had a coarctation of his aorta. Your aorta is like the big valve on top to connect everything. That was like narrowed, like it was closed. And the doctors, they don't know how he survived. They still don't know. They were like, well, he shouldn't be alive. Like, we can't explain it. So that was a scary freaking 3 weeks. We're not in control, man. I had to put faith in God, man, and there's nothing you can do. They had to stop his heart when they did surgery, right? Because imagine pumping the heart when you're trying to cut it and work on it. So they kill him basically, or stop his heart they freeze it or whatever they did, which is crazy, scary, man. But life is brittle, man. You never know what's gonna happen. And now he's fine. I mean, the recovery was so good. He recovered in like 2 days. Like, they said he's not gonna drink milk for maybe a month. 1 second, he's on that bottle.
Hungry.
He eats like his dad. Yeah, he eats like his dad.
And he's 10 now, right?
He's 10. He looks like he's 20. Yeah, he's a good kid, man.
Great story.
A's, helps. He's a great kid. Helps a lot of people out.
That's
trying to teach these kids to live the right way, man.
That's right. That's what we're all trying to do.
Yeah. I do a lot of stuff for schools too. I'm on like the site council, and I'm involved in doing like assemblies and trying to make sure these kids since once I had a kid, you really notice about other kids, and a lot of other kids weren't doing that well. And what's the difference? I mean, I'm on these calls. Some of these aren't the best neighborhoods in these schools that I'm in. And I'd say the main thing, I mean, some of these schools, it's like 80% fill rate. Like, I'm on the call, like, excuse me, like 80% didn't pass. Like, let's be real here. What's the problem? Like, my son has straight A's, right? It's like, and he's doing all this stuff. It's like, what's the deal? And what I think is the parents, man. The parents don't care. The parents don't care. They're not on their kids. They let them kind of do their own thing. And what I found is parents that are in the home and the kids have good grades. That's what I kind of gathered from all that. I mean, I think it was like 77% didn't pass math. And it's like, how is this even? I don't know.
Neglect.
Neglect.
Yeah. Let's talk about some current events, all right? Let's get into the MMA world real quick, all right? And then we'll talk about some MMA, and then we'll talk about your charities, your gym, anybody you want to do some shout-outs on, and then we'll close it out.
For sure.
I want to talk about UFC 263. I want to talk about that Nate Diaz versus Leon Edwards fight. 5-rounder, and it's not a main event. It's first time, I believe, right?
Yeah.
What do you think? What do you think about Nate versus Leon?
Oh,
do you think?
Man.
Talk to me.
Leon, tall guys, long guys. Nate's real durable. Leon looked really good his last fight against Bilal. I think he was winning that fight clearly before he got eye poked.
I agree. Clearly.
Nate's a 209 local guy, right? I mean, it's like 2 hours from SAG. So I support 209. Yeah. I mean, we've hung out before. I wouldn't say we're friends, but we've hung out. And
you ever passed the
cool.
blunt?
I got respect.
You ever passed that blunt?
Yeah, we actually.
South Cali.
We at the PI, or not the PI, in Vegas. We rode out there. My phone died that one of those nights when we were in Vegas. for the retreat, we went out. My phone dies. I'm like, shit. I'm like, that's some beach club. My phone's dead. What do I do? I run into
Call
Leslie
Nate.
Smith. I
Oh
run into
yeah.
Leslie Smith.
Hmm.
She's like, yeah. I'm like, hey, can you help me get back to the hotel? She's like, yeah. I'm just gonna go meet my friends at some casino. I'm like, cool, let's go. And I go, it's Nate and Gilbert and some other dudes, his bodyguard dudes, that big white dude that looks like Stone Cold, and we were just swapping to the hotel, smoking, in
Good
the
times.
limo, 2 different limos. Yeah, we just kicked it all night. Ended up going to some sushi place at 6 in the morning. Like Nate had him open it up, and some people he knew they were closed, and they opened it up. We had like a private sushi dinner. It was fire.
That's
They had the
awesome.
same, yeah, crispy rice. He introduced me to. It's like
Hmm.
kind of crispy rice on the bottom, and then it's like tuna on top. But they don't have it anywhere. But I saw
Yeah.
it there, and it was heat though. Good
Cool.
times. Good times with Nate.
Yeah. While we're on the Diaz stories, what do you think about Nick Diaz and his return? You have any interest or any thoughts on that?
I do. I like to see him fight. I mean, it's been like 5 years, probably 6 years.
Yeah, since he was busted for the weed, the USADA thing.
Yeah.
That's stupid.
Um, I mean, I hope he fights. I hope he could fight again. I'd like to see him.
Maybe in July against you.
Yeah, they got me someone else. Hey, I'm not opposed. I'm
No,
not
I know.
opposed. I want to fight everybody, man.
Can you give us a
I'm
hint on
not
who
one
you're
of these
fighting?
guys.
Can you give us a hint on who you're fighting? Like a little hint, or would you get in trouble?
Well, they got to. Dude,
Don't
dude
get in
didn't
trouble.
accept it. We got a call today. I'd say this. I'd say he's Oh, damn, yeah, you guys are gonna try to pick this shit apart.
You don't have to. You don't have to.
Yeah, I won't. But
Let's
I'll tell
pass.
you what. I'll tell you what. It's a really good fight. It's a really
Okay.
good fight. It's a
Can you
really
tell
good
us
fight.
about his discipline? Like just that type of hint. Is he a stand up fighter or is he a ground fighter? Like give us a hint.
I could do that.
Okay.
He's more of a stand-up guy.
Okay. Cool. All right.
Yeah,
Good.
he's a stand-up guy.
That
Come on, baby,
non-disclosure.
let's
Come on, man,
go.
let's go. All right, man. I want to talk to you about UFC 264. You're going to be on that card. We don't know who you're fighting yet, but I'm going to figure it out when we get off here. Tell us about your prediction for the McGregor Poirier fight. Who do you think?
I got Poirier, man.
Mm-hmm.
When McGregor first beat Poirier, that was a long time ago. 8 years, some long thing ago.
8 years.
Yeah, long time ago. Everyone's so different. The Dustin Poirier now is so damn good. And then he 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 battered McGregor. It's not like I mean, that was like a long I mean, that last sequence was a long beating.
It was like 30 seconds of just picking him apart.
And those hurt. It's different if you just get hit and it's over, right? When you just take the will out of him and he gets broken, man.
So I talked to Artem yesterday, and he predicts Artem Lobov. He's a good friend of ours.
Yeah.
He predicts a first round KO by McGregor. And what I'd like to ask you is, McGregor said that he's not going to bring his family with him for this fight. He made the mistake bringing him to Yas Island, Abu Dhabi for the last one. Does that change anything in a fighter, whether you bring your family with you or not?
Is that
What
his excuse? The family thing? Has he never taken his family to a fight?
He's saying that he can act more like an animal and be more of a have the fighter mentality rather than kissing and hugging his kids before the fight or after.
I get it. I get it. I mean, my coach used to be, no sex, no this, no, no lovey-dovey, none of that.
No sex.
We'll talk about that after.
Hey, this is uncensored, right?
Yeah, we'll talk about that. Where was I going? I just feel like I've taken my son, I've taken my lady to the fights, but it's, they're separate. They know. It's whatever makes you comfortable. You know, some
That's
guys
right.
need to be in a cage, like leave me in the room, and I need to be all pissed off. Some guys like to hang out with all their stuff,
Mm-hmm.
with their family, and then everyone's different. But if you're just gonna say now, that all of a sudden that just your family's here, then you can't bring them anymore because you lost. That's just another excuse, if you ask me.
I agree. Let's talk about your division. Let's talk about your division now. Kamaru Usman is number 1. He's number 2, pound per pound. He's the champion. Give us your thoughts on Kamaru.
I like Usman, man. I like him. I think he's a respectable champ. I think he whoops ass. And he's a good guy, good dad.
He whooped Jorge's ass, didn't he?
Yeah.
Oof,
He's
he
a
put
stud,
him out.
bro. He's a stud. I like that.
He put him out with a punch. He's his touche, his go-to is his wrestling grappling. He put Jorge Masvidal out with a punch. He went boom, and Jorge just.
I loved it. I loved it.
Me too.
I loved it.
I was surprised, to be honest, the way that fight was going. It was like, it was just like, whoa, where'd that come from?
Yeah. No, Usman's really picking it up, being with Trevor Whitman over there.
Absolutely. What do you think about the number 2 guy? Number 2. Oh wait, the champion is Usman. Number 1 ranked is Colby Covington, I believe. What do you think about Colby?
I want to
you like Colby too?
Run it back one of these days. I like Colby.
Is there anybody you don't like?
I don't like Zaleem, but he's gone.
Who?
Zaleem Imadeyev.
I have no idea who he is.
In Atlanta. I fought this fool in Atlanta. He's the one who he tried to find me backstage and was throwing shit and was like acting like a little kid.
Yeah.
That was in Atlanta. Anyone I don't like? I don't know, man.
It seems like you were one of the more likable guys in the UFC. I've interviewed hundreds. You were very well respected, especially after that last KO. I see everybody talking about you more, and I'm like, man, I've been talking about Max for a while. Let's close this out. I want to ask you a couple questions. Basically, I'm gonna say 5 names of fighters or promoters, and you just give a quick explanation what you think of them. So, like for me, if you ask me Conor McGregor, I'll say King. If you ask me Jorge Masvidal, I'll say 305 Street Fighter. Let's go. Ready? Dana White.
The boss.
That's right. Okay. Mike Tyson.
Oh my God. Earbiter.
All right. Jake Paul.
YouTuber, man. People have too much respect for that guy, man. But YouTuber, man.
Tell me what would happen if you got him in the ring.
I'd smash that fool. I'd smash him.
He's walking around about 180, 185.
Yeah,
it's about the same size as you, right?
Yeah, that fool's a clown, bro. I mean, I respect everything he's doing. But he's not a real boxer, bro, and he get beat up.
I agree.
He get beat up by anyone.
We'll continue. The next one, Khabib Nurmagomedov.
The Eagle. He's not coming back, is he?
I don't know. I mean, what would he come back for?
Nobody.
Right. I mean, I don't know what would he come back for. He's already done it all. I think if we see him again, he might fight for his own promotion over there in Eagle Fighting Championship. The very last one. Here's the very last one. You ready? The very last one. Max Payne Griffin.
Future champion.
You're damn right. Well, Max, from my family, I believe it. I have a feeling you're just gonna start knocking people out like quick, and it's just gonna be like you're gonna be like, and just walk away. You're not even gonna have to sweat. Then you need a towel.
Yeah.
And you can be like, next, bring him in.
Yep.
For me, it's a pleasure to interview you. We're going to be talking a lot more. We're going to be doing some business together. You're going to be one of MMA Uncensored's brand ambassadors, influencers. You're going to be one of those guys that we're going to work together for a long time. We're going to help build your brand. You're going to help with our brand, and we're gonna make money and make our families proud.
No, I'm so happy to be on the team. You guys are the truth.
We have a small team. It's you, Phil Rowe, and a couple other fighters I don't really want to bring up at this point, but it's just a small little group of guys that are just like me, a similar age, similar way we think about hustling and our family. Phil's a real good family guy. You're a family guy. I'm a family guy, and I think it's a good fit.
No, me too.
I appreciate everything, and say hello to your family. We'll talk soon. This is MMA Uncensored podcast out. Max Payne Griffin. Have a good day, brother.
Peace, yo.
That was good, man. We're off.
Thanks, Chris.
I just shut record off. That was good, right?
Yeah, thank you, bro.
Okay. Yeah. So we'll cut that up, and I'll, you know how you seen my posts. I cut it up and then make people talk about it and do all that shit.
Yeah. You know
when
how
I make the post.
Shit.
Yeah, you know, all you want to do is get these people to interact, even if it's a shitty interview, right? You cut something out that's good. Well, you have a great day. We'll talk again soon. I sent your shirts out, one for 4 shirts, one for everybody in the family. Have a good day, brother.
Hello.
Yeah, we're done. Good to go? Have a good day.
Peace.